So let's say I want to go ahead and create a whole new section all the way from scratch pretty much. So I'm going to scroll to the end of my document and just turn on my non-printing characters up here. And I can see I'm at the end there, and I'll just space down a little bit. And here is my new category. And so I could kind of put that in there, and then I want some new content. So how can I go about doing that? Well, let's try the equals rand, and I want one sentence per 7 paragraphs. See if that does it. Nope, that gave me 1 paragraph with 7. So I'm going to try 7 paragraphs, 1 line each, and there we go. So there are my different bullet points, and I could use this formatting technique right here where I highlight this, right? Like I want my text down below to look like this. So I highlight that. I get the format painter, and let me just paint that over my text. And so that's one way I could do it. And then I could come in here and I could add the bottom border. And maybe the easiest way to do it. But there would be my new category. That's how I'd go about getting it. If I wanted to format this text manually, of course, I could kind of look at how that was formatted and then try to do the same thing here. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create some bullet points. So I could highlight this, and I could come up here to my bullets and choose whatever bullets I want. I'll go with just the default document bullet. And then if I want to add that into 2 columns, I could come here and say, hey, make that 2 columns, and it broke that into 2 columns. So this doesn't look so great because the sentences are sort of running over. And then what I would want to do is sort of come into these columns and start playing with them. And so when I'm in the column, you'll notice up here, I've got these choices. And so I might want to try bringing my bullets over to line up with this right there. And that's what that looks like when I'm clicked in this area. It looks like that. So right here, I'd come up, I'd click into this area now, and I'd come up here and I'd try to emulate that. So I'm going to try to move this and then move this all the way over. I think that's about what it looked like. And I only did it for 1 paragraph, but it looks like it's somewhat similar to where I want it to be. So I'm going to Command Z. I'm going to select all these paragraphs right here. And you'll see that it's all a little bit off, but as I adjust it, it works. And then right there, I'm stopping because you can see this line is hitting right here, which is where my other text is. So I'm eyeballing right here because that line sort of is lining up my text, and there I've got my text lined up. And now I want to do the exact same thing with this one. And so I could come over here and I've got this choice. I'm going to move that one over a little. Try to get on those. Sometimes they take a little bit of finagling and finessing. And now I'm going to bring this over, bring it over to where my text lines up. And that's looking a little bit better. Still though, you know, what I would do is I'd have to start coming in and working with this text to get all this text down to 1 line, because I don't like that going on to 2 lines. And you know, graphically, in terms of presentation, you could just sort of take a quick look at that right there on the left and compare it to the right and make your own judgment about what looks cleaner, right? And obviously what's on the left, just like up here, looks cleaner. And so that's one of the things you have to do as you're working with your resume and building your resume, is you just have to massage it and massage the wording and sometimes drop words you don't like just to get it to work and to look the way you want it to look. So yeah, that's how you'd create a new category, use bullets, create columns, and the table thing is pretty much just you'd want to come in and copy one of the tables and copy that entire section and create that. So let me just show you that too. Select the whole table, and then maybe even come up a little bit. Would it be possible to come up? Maybe start here and select there, down. So really important when you select. Command C on the keyboard or just edit, copy. If it was available, I could choose cut right there. It's not available. So hopefully with my Command C, I got it. It's already copied. Come down here to the very end and add in a few returns and Command V. And then I could start customizing this table here to look the way I want. And again, you would adjust things like we saw before. So that's how you create categories and work with them. And that's the basic layout for resumes. So the last thing I have to say is you want your resume, curriculum vitae, because in academia we tend to be long-winded. In curriculum vitae in academia, you're allowed to make them as long as you want. Doesn't matter. Put it all in there. In business, you really want your resume to be 1 page. 1 page, that's it. So that's also really important for the cover letter. And just for hoots and hollers and for your own edification, which is for your own good instruction, that's what that word means, edification. I like that word. I will look it up. Not everybody knows it. Right? For your own edification, there it is. I will show you my my cover letter in the next one, just so you have a sort of an idea of what a great cover letter should look like. And I say it's great not because I built it, but because, again, I hired a lady who specializes in this as her career, and she helped me build it. And it was really a labor of love and took a ton of time. And after she gave it her seal of professional approval and put her magic onto it, helped me get it to the place it needed to be. That's why I say it's qualified as great. So last thing I'll show to you here is if you're ever wondering what a word is, this great little Google trick right there. And then also, if you're ever wondering how do you pronounce a word, check this out. Often Google, when you do Google define, you have a little speaker here, and when you click it,
edification.
Well, we heard it once, not twice, once, but it will say the word for you. I don't know why it's not saying it again. Maybe if I refresh the page.
Edification.
There we go.